Hey, Justin, Coach talked about you knowing that they were going to bring more pressures today. It seemed like you were under a lot more duress, especially in that first half earlier. What did you see? What were the Panthers doing to create that?
Yeah, we knew that they were going to be really, really athletic. They've got some guys on that D line that they can make plays, and so we did our best to be prepared for what they were going to bring. And I thought we made some big protections, and I tried to get the ball out as quickly as I could. But it's just something you can always work on.
From a comfort standpoint, it looked like as the game went on, you started to get a little bit more comfortable. What kind of turn, what changed for you?
I think it's just going out there and playing football, realizing you got to get some points on the board, and you can't expect to win games when you turn the ball over 3 times. And so that's something that we got to work on this week during practice. But I thought we battled well, and I really liked the way those guys fought.
And what happened on the turnovers on your part, the interception, also the sack fumble?
I tried to get the ball out, got hit from behind, thought I threw it. Turned out it was a fumble. And then on the next one, just made a poor decision, turned the ball over and tried to make the tackle, but you can't let that happen in these games.
Thank you.
Jeff Miller.
Justin, on the interception, you just said you made a bad decision. Are you bad decision just trying to force it in there, or what would you do differently there other than obviously not throw it?
Yeah, not throwing it would probably be the smartest decision. But hit the check down. The corner sat on it, and that's one of those plays that we talked about during the week. Corner made a good play on it, and next time I'll just check the ball down.
And Justin, you end up with some pretty big stats with the 2 turnovers. You walk away from this game feeling how about yourself?
Disappointed in the loss. Those are games that you'd love to win, but turning the ball over 3 times, you can't expect to win like that. And we didn't give ourselves a shot with that, and we did our best to drive down the field, and we got it close. And next time I know we'll execute.
And the last play, did you feel like that had a chance to score there?
Yeah, I always believed that entire drive. I believed that we were going to get in the end zone. It's unfortunate that it didn't, but I've got faith in those guys, and when we're in that opportunity again, I know they'll execute.
Thank you.
Hopper.
Justin, what happened on the injury that you had when you had to leave the game? What happened on that play, and what were you feeling?
Oh, I just took a shot to the rib. Good thing my rib protectors helped me out a bit, and kind of just they were holding me out for precautionary reasons, and got back up, and I was ready to go back in the game.
And then on that fourth quarter touchdown drive, you guys obviously got in the end zone, but took more than 6 minutes off the clock when you're down 2 possessions. When you look back on that drive, do you wish you maybe moved a little faster, operated a little faster to try and get in the end zone a little quicker?
I think we gave ourselves a shot. We scored, and that's the biggest thing. And we gave ourselves a shot at the end, and we had a minute to drive, and we were close. And, it'd be great to have more time on the clock, but we got in the end zone. I think that's the most important thing.
Nikki K.
Hey, Justin, from week 1 to week 2 as a starter, what about the experience felt different, maybe more normal, or did the game slow down at all for you?
The game's still really fast. It's a different level of play out there, and I'm doing my best to go week to week and learn as much as I can. Just being around these guys and all the coaches, and everyone's so knowledgeable about everything. And I'm doing my best to be the best quarterback I can be, best teammate, friend, son, whatever it is, and always looking to get better.
And did you find that knowing you were starting this week, did that bring more nerves almost ahead of the game, or how did that kind of play into how you prepared coming into today?
No, there were no nerves. It was a great opportunity to go out and play football, and this is what I love to do. And there's no better job in the world than this for me. And to be able to go out there, play football with the guys that I love, it doesn't get any better than that.
Thanks, Justin.
Gilbert.
Hey, Justin, just taking me back to that rib shot you took. Was there a point where you thought maybe you won't come back for a couple plays, and the timeout came in, and you felt better at that time?
No, I knew I was going to go back in. Just kind of got the wind knocked out of me. Was sitting down. I was ready to get back in, and they told me I had to come out for a play. So it was unfortunate, but I got back in there.
And hopefully you weren't asked this question already, but what kind of went through your mind when you saw Keenan Allen pitch it back to Eckler? He had kind of room and space to operate, and the ball hit the ground. I guess what was going through your mind during that moment?
It's tough that we didn't execute, but I know Keenan and Austin, next time we're in that, they're going to execute. And I've got complete trust in those guys, and I know that if that ever happens again, we're gonna get it done.
Was that the design play to do a pitch back to Austin?
It was. That was the design play.
Thank you.
Cam.
Hey, Justin. Will you take me back to when we had the ball on the 1 yard line and they didn't move it to the 20? What was your thought process going in there that final drive when you get the ball on the 1? What are you thinking at that moment?
What a great opportunity to go 99 yards. I knew we had the guys out there to go execute, and what an opportunity to go play football. And so we got the ball on the 1 yard line, and fine, if it's on the 1 yard line, it doesn't matter. We're going to go out there and execute, and we're going to get the plays called. And we got the ball moved quite a bit, and it's unfortunate that we didn't finish it, but I was really proud of the way the guys battled.
What did you kind of take away or learn from that final drive you had? It was a tough game all the way throughout, but in that final drive, what did you learn, and what will you sleep on tonight that will give you confidence and motivation moving forward into next week?
We fought incredibly tough, and even though we lost the turnover battle 3-0, we gave ourselves a chance, and to start the drive on the 1 yard line, that's tough. But I knew that we had the guys, and everyone believed, and we did as much as we could, and it's unfortunate, but I know we'll learn from it.
Going back to that initial strip where the first fumble, did you think that your arm was moving forward? Did you think that was a incomplete pass? Walk me through that play and kind of your thought process there.
Yeah, it's one of those plays that it doesn't really matter what I think about it, and it was called a fumble, and that's the way we had to deal with it. And the defense came up with some big stops, and it's unfortunate that I couldn't get the ball out earlier, and that's something that I'll work on as well. But you can't expect to win games and lose the turnover battle 3-0.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Chris Harry.
Hey, Justin, Keenan was targeted 19 times, which ties a career high from him. I'm just curious, the chemistry between you two, is it more that Keenan always seems to be open, or he's just someone that you guys have built trust over these last 2 months being on the field together?
Probably a little bit of both. He's an exceptional talent, and anytime you've got him on the field, it creates huge mismatches, and big part of our game plan, and just getting him the ball, he makes special things happen. So that's definitely part of my job.
And are you learning more about your offensive weapons each and every week, whether it's in practice or in the games, in an effort to get them where they want the ball, and they know how you throw the ball, and vice versa?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's all new to me, and so that's stuff that I need to pick up and learn on, and just being around those guys, being able to throw them the ball, talk about it in practice. It's huge when we all communicate, and so that's definitely something that we've got to work on as well.
Thanks, Justin.
Fernando.
Justin, how comfortable, and I'm sorry if this has been asked, how comfortable have you felt these? Do you feel like you're getting more and more comfortable as you keep on taking snaps and you keep on making plays?
Yeah, the goal is always to get better. And I feel like throughout camp and throughout these weeks, I've picked up on things and I've learned, and I'm going to make mistakes, and that happens. And it's all about how you react to that. And so it's a great opportunity to watch the film, get better, and go play a tough team next week.
Did you feel what was your mind like in that last play where you threw it to Keenan, he pitches it back to Austin? Anything going through your head about that play, about potentially winning the game on that one?
Yeah, it's tough to come so close like that, but kind of like I said earlier, Austin and Keenan, I believe 100% in those guys, and I know next time we call that play, or if anything else happens like that, I know we're going to execute.
Thank you.
Last question, Nick Hamilton.
Hey, Justin, can you just talk a little bit about at the points where you found your rhythm offensively, and talk about the fluidity of the offense as you guys were moving the chains and going downfield, especially in the second half?
Yeah, we kind of limited some of those turnovers, and kind of limited some of the penalties that kind of slowed us down a little bit. And I think we kind of just found our rhythm, and it's unfortunate that didn't happen earlier. But we gave ourselves a good chance of coming back, and we did everything we could. And I know we're going to learn from it, and we'll execute next time, and we're going to get better from it.
You talk about the speed of the game, but what are some of the things you felt like you did better this week as opposed to last week when you were thrown in the fire, obviously, against KC?
Yeah, there was a couple sacks last week that I took. That this week I got the ball out. I minimized some negative plays in that way, and just picked up that and learned from that last week. And so going into this week, felt like we had a pretty good idea.
Thanks, Justin.
All right. Thank you, Justin.
Thank you, guys.
All right, guys, hang tight. I don't know if we're going to have someone else